Hey guys, welcome to another video. I know that this video was technically supposed to go up yesterday, and the reason why it's a day late is also the topic that I wanted to talk about with you guys today. But before we get into that, I want to talk to you about this piece itself a little bit. I was super excited and I prepped this sketch a couple days ago and was like tinkering with it and adding to it leading up to today, and didn't really know what I was going to do as far as color went or how I was going to lay that out. So the whole process was a really big experiment for me, and ultimately I enjoyed every minute of the painting of the skin in particular. I thought that was so much fun, that part, and I really enjoyed it. So I've included a combination of real-time and sped up footage so you guys can see as much of that as possible. And ultimately what happened was with this piece was that the piece itself and the way I was doing it was going to require more time than I allow for myself generally on my current schedule during a day. So it would have been the perfect kind of piece to share with you guys in a weekly video, but during this month of November where I'm uploading a video a day, a piece like this really just kind of took too much time. So the amount of but I mean, I loved it, and it was I'm really happy with the way that it turned out ultimately, even though I feel like the parts after the skin I kind of rushed through because I was just out of stamina and out of energy, but I wanted to get it done. So, you know, overall it was just not what the piece deserved, but I'm still pretty happy with how it turned out. And the combination of the amount of time that this piece took with other factors just going on in my own life kind of led to what I want to talk to you guys about, which is balancing life and art. And this doesn't necessarily apply to every art career, because there are some art careers where if you teach art or if you have a specific work environment that you are in every day, like an office that you go to and then you come home, there is at least that degree of separation. And of course, you can still take your work home with you mentally and physically in any job. But if you're doing something like this, where you're working from home and living from home, it's kind of like you never leave work, and at the same time, you never leave home. So you're kind of in both of those places all the time. So the responsibilities of both of those things can potentially weigh pretty heavily. And I know that happens to me, especially because I'm a mom with kids, little kids who need attention and love and all of those wonderful things that I enjoy giving them. But it can be difficult to balance those things. So I want to talk to you a little bit about the process that I've developed for doing that and how it's kind of changed over time. When I first started making YouTube videos, I was trying to watch my kids and make videos at the same time. Like, those times were overlapping, and it was not smooth, obviously. It did not go very well, and it was pretty stressful also because I felt like I wasn't able to do either of those things adequately or with the attention and the time that they deserved. And I won't go too much into the details of that time, but things are so much better now. And a big part of that just has to do with the support I have of my family. We have a schedule, and it allows me to give everyone the time that they need and to give each thing the time that it deserves. And it really has a lot to do with the selflessness and the support of my other family members, who are so willing to give their time so that we can all work together and everybody does what they need to do and has time to do what they want to do. So as far as the most important things, I would say to maintaining a work from home atmosphere, especially in terms of doing art, is have a set time when you work. So my work day, even though I'm home, starts at a specific time every day and ends at a specific time every day. And now sometimes there's overlap and there's free time that I can choose to utilize for work, which I try not to do all the time, but it happens sometimes. And again, that's how you get burnout, is when you never stop working, you know, and it's so much easier when you're in your own home, you know, to just kind of go, well, I'm here and my art stuff is here, I might as well work. And that's also dangerous because you have the potential of turning something that you love into something that you don't love. Because when it starts to become tedious and time consuming and exhausting to create art and to do something that you enjoy, of course there are times when work is work and you have to push through to meet a deadline or make a product or make the money that you need to make in a particular day. The entire purpose of what I specifically am doing as an artist is to enjoy it, to enjoy the process, and because I mean, I could go down the street and get a job at the store if I wanted to and be a cashier and make more money than I'm making now. And if I'm going to pursue this thing that I love, I want to enjoy it. So I have to take care of myself. And that's another really big part, is you have to be willing to take care of yourself, because you're not going to have a company or a boss who's going to do that for you. So if you're choosing to be an artist and you're choosing to work on your own time schedule and from your own home, you are in charge of taking care of yourself. And that goes in so many different ways, from your physical health to making sure you're not hunched over a table all day or in front of a computer, to your mental health and taking time to relax, and your spiritual health and doing the things that you need to do. Like there's just so much that it plays into, but ultimately, if you choose this, you have to be willing to do that and to take charge of yourself. And also it's so important, if you have a family, to include them in as much as they want to be included in, and not exclude them from the process just because they're not the ones making videos. Like, I have the opportunity to share with my family what I'm doing, and sometimes they want to help and sometimes they don't, but just the fact that they're not excluded from it means that we have a stronger support system as a family, and that our time together is just healthier because we understand what each other is working towards, and we get to appreciate each other more and respect each other's time more, if that makes sense. So all of that just really plays into managing time. So set a time and have a strong support system and take care of yourself. Those things are super, super important. A little bit about the piece also that I'm working on. I tried to stick to a kind of a limited color palette, and as soon as I started putting the black lines down, I felt like I had ruined it. I felt like it would have been so much better if I had worked the contrast in and defined the shapes with watercolors or even colored pencils to keep it softer. But instead I added the black lines, again, because I was burnt out and I was tired and I didn't know exactly how I would do it with color, and I just went for the easiest possible option. And I even inked, like, this fish part. The inking of the fish happened, I was sitting in my bed because I was so tired, and I was like, I can't sit at my desk and do this with the camera on, I just need to do it. So you guys didn't get to see the inking of the fish, but that's okay. So take care of yourself, like I said, because you just have to take care of yourself, or this process could have been even more stressful than it was. And I mean, overall it wasn't super stressful. I just knew that I wanted to push through and complete it. But because I was in that mentality and I wasn't working patiently, it didn't turn out, I don't know. I feel like there was a lot of momentum building in the very beginning, and then I just kind of plateaued towards the end. But ultimately, I'm still really happy with this piece, and I feel like it's still progress, you know, like I'm still moving forward, learning new things and growing. And then in that regards, every time you put a pencil on a piece of paper, it's always worth it when it comes to that kind of thing. So I hope I wasn't rambling too much in this video, and I hope that the things I talked about mean something. I know not everybody is in the exact same situation as me, but I hope it helped. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.